Welcome to the TDC Today Show USA. My name is Sue Roskopf, and with us here today we have Kurt Roskopf, the TDC ambassador for USA here, and we also have Emily Golmer, and we also have a very special guest joining us today. So I am so pleased to have this opportunity here today to get some fun things out there, some updates of what's all going on. Before we dive into all that, though, just a quick note of the Disability Channel. What is the Disability Channel? It is an amazing program. It is a free training for persons with disabilities. It's an introduction to accessible content production, whether it's social media, captioning using YouTube, assistive technologies and accessible documents, podcasting, marketing, inclusive and accessible design. It's an introduction to accessible content and in a free 14-week instructor-led program that's presented by Owlware Limited in partnership with Mohawk College and provincial and federal governments of Canada. So the Disability Channel is housed in Ontario, in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and we are blessed and privileged here in the USA to have the opportunity to partner up with the Disability Channel. And that's where, with Kurt being an ambassador for them, we are bringing some awesome things that are happening here in the States to light, basically. So with that, I'm going to introduce Emily Golmer is going to come on in here and we'll be giving an introduction for our guest. So over to you, Emily.
I just wanted to add the Disability Channel also includes veterans. The Disability Channel is also about veterans as well as people with disabilities. So just wanted to let everybody know that. But our special guest today has been on before. She's kind of a regular contributor to the show, to our Saturday shows. It's Marianne of Waikiki, who we've met, Kurt and I met through and I think maybe Sue too, but for sure me and Kurt met through the Happy Neighborhood Project. She was in Hawaii. That's where we got the Waikiki part, but she's now in Mexico. So Marianne de Mexico, to keep going with the name. But she is an author, app developer, sign language interpreter, among other things. So, Marianne, why don't you take it away? Tell us a little bit about your project and any updates.
Well, aloha and hola, Emily, and thank you so much for having me here as a Saturday guest. You guys have an amazing program here with the Disability Channel. And yes, we all met through Happy Neighborhood Projects, and we get to share our stories. So thank you. I'm the author of the Acts of Kindness series featuring 200 folk Manus puppets. My books are written for animation movies with sign language characters, and a soundtrack by Lucy Lynch and The Perfect Wave. And through the pandemic, we were gifted some funding, and we are being federally trademarked. And yeah, it's going to be 2 years. In July, I federally trademarked the Acts of Kindness series. And through our journey, I was able to use those funds to create the books and the app games on Apple with the characters from Folk Manus. And it's been a great journey and great to share this and meeting people and partners with Happy Neighborhood projects such as Trevor Gibbs, who I just spoke with yesterday. He makes sure your websites are ADA compliant, and we are updating the new Acts of Kindness website, actsofkindnessseries.com. And so learning a lot of information, and I had the opportunity yesterday to be on the Helpopedia with a great group of people for support and encouragement, how to network with other people, especially teachers who can receive my books for free from an organization called Donors Choose. And so just, every month or end of the month and kind of reevaluate where we're at, where we're going, how we can really make this project happen worldwide. And It's been an amazing journey. So it's been very hot here in San Carlos, Mexico, for example. At 6 o'clock this morning, it was already 80 degrees. So we're locking down inside with air conditioning, the weather quality, and it may be like that for the next 10 days. So I'm grateful I do have air conditioning. They came and checked my air conditioner last night and got a fan at Walmart. And I got a swimming pool outside. And this past week, I started water aerobics with a great group of ladies here locally, American ladies. So, you know, we're just keeping active, but staying smart and staying safe with the weather. I know the heat rise is really affected worldwide right now. And so I'll be able to sit down and got the computer set up so I can work with Trevor to recreate this new website and the app games. And we'll be contacting schools this summer. So there is 30,000 30,000 USA schools who can benefit from the Acts of Kindness series and the app games, and 3,000 deaf blind schools as well. So we're just putting a little, prioritizing what we can do to keep spreading the good news and networking through our channels, such as this amazing disability channel, the World of Ability, Helpopedia, Happy Neighborhood Projects. And you introduced me to a couple other events too, this Ability Expo. So check it out, Emily. And TV organization also too. So tell us a little bit about this expo that's coming up, that this website where we can post our products. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? How does that all work? I just found out about it yesterday.
Yeah, Emily, if you want to take that would be great.
Okay, so a little bit about it, and Kurt, will you please add to this? We met the founder and creator of it through the Happy Neighborhood Project. Basically it's like we can have like a virtual booth and you can like host stuff in there, and somebody can like sign up to come in as an attendee, and they can have stuff like booth, and it's rather interesting. Whatever. Gary, do you want to say any about it, please?
Well, actually, I can chip in a little bit here. I'll give Kurt a moment to come in. It's basically, if you were to attend, if you've ever been to a conference or convention or anything in person, it is basically offering all those same pieces, but virtually. So I remember there's an auditorium where you can actually hop in and listen to speakers. There's the whole vendor section where I know when I've been to conferences, they usually have a lot of different companies that come in to share what their informational is. And there's a whole area for that. So you can have, I don't know if there's a limit to how many can be included in there. So all sorts of folks can come in and share what they have. There's ways for attendees to interact with each other. Pretty much anything you would do if you were in a conference live or attending a conference live, you can actually do those same things through this particular website as if you were there in person. So it's just that you're sitting like what I'm sitting here at the computer right now, you'd be participating just like this. So all those things are at your fingertips, and you're able to enjoy and take in all of those different pieces like you would in person. So actually, and what's the name of the gentleman who created this?
Matt Falk.
His last name is F-O-K, I believe, if I'm remembering, Matt Falk. Okay, yep. So and very, very nice gentleman. I know I've just gotten a brief introduction to him myself, and I've been very impressed with what he all has and what he all offers with that very robust system that he's put together. It's amazing. So I'm excited to see where that all goes. And my understanding is that you actually have access to that at this point, that you're able to post some things on there to basically create your own event right now. Is that right?
Yeah, I can add events on there. So I've had a couple of events up there already, but we're going to add some more up there. So then everybody can see like all the events happening and they're listed. And
So there's
Okay,
like an
thanks,
itinerary on there then, so you can see what is happening and when, and you can find out everything you want to know can all be created into this platform. So you're able to go and I'm very excited to see what all the capabilities are of this, because I know just on the surface what I've seen so far, and I think there's, from my understanding, there's a lot more to it, and there's gonna be a lot more things coming. It's just a matter of on our end, I think, getting used to what it all is, and in the very near future, we'll be utilizing that platform quite a bit. So I'm excited for what that all has to offer. And actually, another thing that we've been working with recently, one hot topic, a very hot topic, artificial intelligence. It is a massive hot topic right now. The artificial intelligence, or AI. I know we actually are working more with that right now as well through another system called NowSite, and it's awesome. The more I play with it, the more excited I'm getting, because it can do so much and save so much time asking the artificial intelligence to actually be able to do a lot of the creating for us. It's going to be amazing. So Emily, what's been your experience so far?
I think it's been good. It helps with potentially like getting anybody for maybe as any more clients, or as far as clients, or it could be used for getting any guests for our shows, or so I guess just like finding people for anything you'd like, and it's been most part a relatively positive experience. So
Awesome. And actually, I'm going to turn it over to you for just one moment. We're actually trying to find a piece of equipment that we're going to be using to help be on here, and I need to step away for 1 second. So if you want, actually, Marianne, I'm kind of curious, have you had much opportunity to interact with any kind of the AI system at this point? There's a lot out there, and I don't know what your experience has been yet.
Well, my goal was to use the AI to actually take my manuscripts and create and write the screenplays for the books. And I hired a Fiverr seller to do it, and it was just a brief outline. So my expectations were not what I was looking for, because it was just brief. And I talked with my co-writer. Normally, if a person and I, they write a screenplay, so it could benefit people who have that idea of writing the book, and then really finding the screenplay writers who will, purchase the books, etc., in the future, and then bring them into animation movies such as Netflix. So that's the little research that I did. And there was another, we were talking about the AI chat again to possibly translate my books into several languages. So it's a learning process. With my books in sign language is a culture, Hawaii is a culture, I'm in Mexico, that's a culture. In Japanese, we got to make sure that these books are really written correctly, so that culture who's reading the books gets the right messages and the right ideas. So maybe, this artificial person can take off and do everything. That's great, but it's going to, we're going to have to really, really edit with my work and everything like that. But, I've seen people have success with it. You have your news reporters that are, put it all in there. So it's a good thing, and it also can be a bad thing, because AI people are now using it, scam artists, to call people through AI, such as senior citizens. I just saw an article, and claimed that it was her grandson, and he was in an accident, and he killed the pregnant woman, and she needed to pay money up front. And so she did it. And so you got to be really, really careful with all this kind of stuff. So I'm
It's
just
unfortunate that
reading.
there's, sorry, that's unfortunate that there are so many bad apples out there that take advantage of others. That's not okay. I'm sad to hear
No,
that.
but so there's pros and cons to it is what I'm bringing up. It can be a good
Yeah.
thing for people who use it correctly, and it could be not so good for other people. And, it could harm people's lives. So it's all new learning experience. So, so it could really help up speed up the projects such as you, a professor at a university, and me writing some books or app games and everything like that to all your thoughts to action you want to bring and put on paper, and boom, it's faster. So that's a good thing. So just depending how you want to use it, and we'll see what the future holds with it. So, again, I wanted, to have a screenplay written through it. Doesn't mean this can't happen, but we're going to put it out there to the universe that Netflix will buy the books and they'll have their own screenplay writers write the books. So, into movies for me. And so all this information, again, we appreciate with us all networking here on the Disability Channel and Happy Neighborhood Projects. There's more people that are skilled, and look what they're doing, and they're sharing it. And they have these classes on HNP too as well. So to find out and learn. So the more we know, the more we share.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because the more we can all share about what options there are, what opportunities there are, makes it all that much better for all of us and can shorten that learning curve. Again, I haven't done much with AI yet, but the little bit I have done, I know that it can speed things up. It's not like an end all be all, because you still have to use your own eyeballs to go back over it and think about what's there and make it say what you want it to say. But I know for sure when I was starting to play with it and writing a description for a radio show that we do, all I had to do was put in just a few words to describe it, and it came up with a paragraph of what that show is. And I hate to say it, but it's better than what I could have come up with, and it was spot on. It was awesome. Like, this is exactly what I wanted to say. There's a couple little pieces that I need to like tweak a little wording, but that's easy. It was impressive what it could do with just that little bit of those little nuggets that I was able to enter in, and then it goes out and looks for what's already out there. We happen to have a lot of information out there already, so it's able to pull from those resources and put something together that is a description that, like I said, it really nailed what it is that we were doing, and that saved me so much time. I wouldn't have come up with something worded quite like it did. And I love the way it worded it. So, and that's just one example. I mean, there's a bazillion different ways it could be used, and even to be able to reach out and find out, the system that we have at our fingertips right now, I'm sure we could even be able, I'm certain it has the potential to say, like, for example, what would be a good person to reach out to share directly with them about your book series. It would be able to help generate those leads and contacts and be able to connect people. And that's exciting to me, because sometimes that's the hard part, is trying to find who is it that you're looking for. You have an idea of, I know the perfect person that I should be talking to, but I haven't met them yet. So I need a way to reach out and be able to do that. And this just helps to speed that up and helps us to find each other along the way. So we'll have to revisit this topic again sometime in the future once we get to play with it a little bit more. But at least at this point, I know I'm excited to see what the future holds, because there's a lot of possibilities in front of us. It's an exciting time to think that there is such a thing that exists at this point of what artificial intelligence can do for us, for individually, for companies, for businesses, for society. And I also know there's caution with that, because for as much good as it can do, there are people that are not looking out to do something good for others. So you got to take an air of caution with that, because you got to hope that people have their hearts in the right place. But it doesn't always go that way. So got to take it for what it's worth and do the right things. If enough of us do good things, that should help at least put the whole concept of what it is in the right direction and keep things moving forward at least as best as we can. So I'm actually going to just throw a quick shout out. Hey, Kurt, do you want to hop in and just say the last 60 seconds or so here, if you want to add a little flair of you to this program? And I'm going to bring you on in here and give you a moment to say your own. Over to you, Kurt.
Yeah, so I would say, yeah, great episode here and a great show. And yeah, always celebrating the work that Marianne is doing. And, you know, the conversation about AI is a good one. I think with the Easy Expo platform that we're doing under the moniker of Ability Fest, I think in our next episode, we can do a little screen share on that, and then we can polish up the conversation about AI. And so, yeah, all of this stuff is very good. And our mantra of trying to take all of the disability services out there, all of the disability nonprofits and volunteer groups and the advocacies and everything, and be able to empower it by reaching more people. Definitely all good for the cause. So with that, I think we'll call that a wrap for this episode. We look forward to seeing everybody on the next episode. And Marianne here is welcome to stay on with us as we do more recordings and live streaming. Back to you, Sue. I think we're done.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And for all of us here with USA, I'm sorry, with